Oh, we're live. Sorry. Woo, hold on. Hi, welcome.
Nice.
Hello. I'm going to add a little, oh, yes, here we go. Our little logo thing at the top. We are so excited tonight because we are going to connect with you guys as participants. We are super excited to get to know some of you, and we have our cute friend Lynn, who is on our team, who is going to be helping with moderating and making sure that you can get in. So if you are just joining us, just know that what we are going to do tonight is we are going to interview participants. And we are excited to get to know just any of you. So any of you guys who would be interested and willing to just come on and hop on, kind of impromptu, just come and get to know us. We would love to talk to you. So please just put a comment in the private chat, and Lynn will share the link with you for joining this chat. She will give you kind of some basic instructions via Messenger, and then we'll just pull you in and ask you all about yourself, because not only do Camille and I want to get to know you, but so does everyone else in the community. And so we just want to give everyone an opportunity, especially those of you who are stuck at home, who don't have, who are still quarantined and who are having things like that go on in your life. We want you to have the opportunity to connect with us. We want to get to know you. For Camille and I, all the work we put into this is all about getting to know you guys and hearing your stories. And so we're super, super excited to get to know a few of you tonight. And we actually have a couple of people in line. And so make sure, let's go with Camille. Why don't you say like you're good interviewing lines, like where are we all from and stuff like that? You're so good at that.
I didn't even do that this morning in my interview in Navitivo. I completely forgot. So in the comments, go ahead and let us know where you're from, if you've done this before, whatever you want to add in.
Yeah, tell us.
Karen, how long are we going to go for? That is a great question. Karen, over on, I'm guessing Facebook, yep, asked, how long does this go for? What do you think, Olivia?
Probably for as long as people keep coming in and chatting, but probably no longer than an hour. How's that?
Sounds good to me.
So yes, we'll chat with you guys because we just want to get to know you guys. So that would be fantastic. So let us know where you're from. Let us know if you've done the experiment before. We'd love to hear that. We have a couple of incredible participants who joined us last time who were super excited and willing to be our guinea pigs on tonight's little idea. But we just need to know that the whole concept of this started because we were like, we want to get to know participants better and we want to have more opportunities. So we're super excited to have you. And if you're willing to jump on, just say so in the comments. First of all, I don't think we picked who was going first, so I'm going to let Camille surprise us.
Oh, you're going to make me that? We will go with, who should we go? We'll let Finley pick. Should we go with Lisa or Roxanne first? Roxanne first. Okay, here is Roxanne.
Thanks for picking me.
We're so excited to have you, and sorry, I want to take that thing off of Camille's head. Here we go. Or you know what? I kind of like this view better anyway. So let's do that.
Perfect.
So Roxanne, tell us about yourself. We are super excited. So we kind of let the cat out of the bag. But did you do this? Have you done this experiment before?
I did this experiment in May. I know Olivia, and when I saw that she was doing this, I was so excited because I have not ever felt like I do family history, and I just took her word that it was going to be fun and easy. And I was kind of random. I went through all the different plans each day, and I picked which activity I wanted to do. So I didn't do one plan. I did all sorts of random activities. And the thing that was the happiest experience for me was that it really connected me to my dad and to my husband's mom, who's also my mom. And I got to ask them questions and ask them for stories that some of them I hadn't heard before. And I recorded a lot of them and hope to get those uplinked to somewhere, but they'll be saved forever so people can hear their voices, but also the stories that I think are really important. And we had a lot of fun with coloring the old photos, my dad and I. And I surprised him with one that was of his great-grandmother, so my great-great-grandmother.
Cool.
And then one of his grandmother. They were taken on the same day. You can still kind of buy the dresses. And we had like this 21-day search for who the people were. It was very fun because he wanted to get who the names were. And so he did this whole chart of who all of the grandkids were for his great-great-grandmother and what their ages would be at different times. And we finally decided it was the 24th of July celebration and that they were all dressed for that in Moab, Utah. And it was just really fun to go through that process. So lots of little different random experiences, but I loved just 21 days and just felt so uplifted and helped and like, oh, okay, maybe indexing and doing the genealogical research isn't my forte, but getting the stories and finding out who people are in the pictures, that's the thing that's my passion, my interest.
I love it.
Very, very fun.
That's cool. So I'm going to Moab for Thanksgiving. So it's so fun to hear you say that.
I'm going to Moab. We have up in the LaSalle's above Moab, and
Yeah.
Laura comes home from her mission at the end of this month, and she has to quarantine for 2 weeks because she's coming to Italy. And so we're going to the cabin for the 2 weeks to quarantine.
So fun. Did you say that's your cabin?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Let's be
cabin.
better friends, Roxanne.
Okay.
I love it.
Great.
So tell us a little bit more about yourself. Like, where are you from originally? Like, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Boulder, Colorado. My mom grew up in Nevada in a little place called Hyco, and my dad grew up in Moab, and they ended up in Boulder. And I always thought that I would live in Colorado, but I became a full-time seminary teacher, which brought me to Utah. And my husband was also working here, and we just kind of stayed.
Cool.
We lived in Bountiful for 23 years and just recently moved to Payson.
Awesome.
Just to come home to a different home. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, and one of my favorite things is that her daughter's name is.
Tuo.
I feel like,
It comes from a family name that was a last name. And
oh, does it?
yes,
I don't think we've ever had that conversation. I didn't realize that.
so we could be related.
Oh my gosh, that's super cool. Obviously, it's my husband.
Well, you'll have to go do the challenge today.
Yes. Have
The
you done
challenge
it
is
yet?
go on to Relative Finder.
Okay.
We should see if we're related. We totally
Yes.
should. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
When we're done here, we will get on Relative Finder and see how close we are.
Okay.
I want to know in the comments who did the challenge today. And I
Ooh,
want to
yes,
know,
that's a good question.
Yeah.
Who
I
did
want
the
to
challenge?
know what relative you found and if you already knew that you were related to them. So
Yeah, I'm gonna not lie. I didn't do the challenge today, so I'm gonna do that when we get done.
well, you're on there already because it's the same group as May. So you're already on there.
No, I know. Someone said, "Oh, Olivia, we're cousins," and I was like, "Oh, I'm glad that I'm on there because I was gonna do that all day and I have not yet." So I'm really glad.
Yeah, you're on there already. You did it just
Yes.
6 months ago.
One more question. I want to know, what are you doing this time? What's your plan? Like, what plan did you pick? Or tell us a little bit about what your plans are with this 21-day experiment.
So one of the things I kept thinking about last time was that I have 3 journals. So this is my mom's. It's one of those ones that has several years on it. Oh, I don't know which way to, obviously. And it's just, my mom passed away in 2004. And so I just really want to hear her voice. And I've had this for a really long time and haven't done it.
Mm-hmm.
Is from my husband's grandmother. She has dozens of these. They're just little daily things, and there's just little, and I've started on this, taking the days and writing about them. my favorite, let's see if I can find it, see if I have it marked. Nope, I don't. My favorite was vacuumed and dusted. It was a good day.
I love that. That is a good day.
That's not a good day for me, but it was for her. So I love to know that about her.
I would just be happy to get that done.
That's what I'm thinking. She was just so thrilled that's what she got done that day, that she actually got something done. That's how
And this one is from my great grandmother. And
Oh,
I've already taken it and transcribed it, but there's lots of discrepancies and lots of repeats. And so I'd like to go back. So in thinking about doing journals, and I also am going to try every day, my primary commitment, I'm going to try and do some of these journals, but I'm going to try and do my own. I even bought me my own little journal.
Oh, fun.
I just was really impressed by the talk, Spiritually Defining Moments by Elder Neil Anderson in the last General Conference. Recently, I was listening to it, and anyway, I just feel like I really need to record my spiritually defining moments for my posterity. So that's what I think.
That's super cool.
So it's not anything, sorry, on the plan. But
No, I love that. That's what we love. Like, we put the plans together for the people like me who are never going to do it if there's not a pre-made plan. You're like, But if you have something that you can accomplish, like, it's all about setting aside that 21 days to finally get something done that you haven't had a chance to
for me,
get.
it's just great to have the 21 days and to know that it's, if I have 2 hours, I can do it for 2 hours. If it's 20 minutes, I can set my timer for 20 minutes and be done in 20 minutes. And it's so awesome to and with my dad and with my mom and with my brothers and sisters and Dale's brothers and sisters and find out stories too from them, because that's and it's fun to know that that's mine.
Yeah. Well, and I love what you've done, because I actually have journals from my grandmother and my great-grandfather, or great-great. It was actually a mission journal as well. He served a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And and so, like, how cool is that to just have, like, from that long ago, and you know what I've never done? I've never read them. So you doing that inspires me. Like, all I need to do is pull it out. I've even scanned it. I just have never read it. And so I'm thinking that's what I should do in my 21 days. Like, I signed up for a reminder for every single plan because I couldn't decide. So now I'm like, maybe I'll do none of them.
And just have that reminder be to look at the journals.
Yeah, exactly.
As I transcribed this one, there's a story that was probably very hard for my grandma that she wrote 3 or 4 or 5 different times. And it's interesting to me that my great grandma, it's interesting to me that she would do that it was such a difficult experience and she wanted to keep it in a good light.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, tell me the nitty gritty. Like, tell
me you were depressed. Tell me you were anxious. Yeah.
But it was interesting to and she, I don't know if it's still in here. Is she, oh yeah, see, she pinned in, oh, no. Okay.
So cool.
She pinned in a different version and even a third version.
Oh my gosh, that's so
I
cool.
love it that she changed the versions.
I just was like, I want to hear the hard stuff though. I want to know what you really felt. And anyway.
Yeah, you want to know you're not alone in the feelings you're feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally there with you.
That she'd written so many different versions of it because she wasn't. Anyway.
Oh, I have to show this comment from Lynn. She said, Roxanne, you're an inspiration. What a wonderful way to get to know your relatives.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you.
That is so wonderful. So, yes, thank you. You've been an inspiration, Roxanne. We are so excited to have you doing the experiment again. You are just like a rock star participant. We're thankful for you.
Oh, thank you. It's just so fun for me because it was great to have the commitment. And if you didn't do something, oh well. You have those days. But for most of the 21 days, to have something to look forward to participate in that was outside of what was on. It was just so uplifting and helpful, and I'm kind of in that same place where I need something uplifting and helpful, so I'm excited again. So
Well, thank you so much for being willing to come with us. Thank you for sharing your story. We just appreciate you. So thank you, and keep connecting and keep having really cool experiences. And maybe we'll have you on again the next experiment.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. We are back down to the two of us. And luckily, we do have someone waiting in line. And
Let's go through some of the comments really fast, Olivia, if you don't mind.
Yes, go for it.
Oh, good. So, hello, Patrice. Ramona, you did the experiment in May. Welcome back. We're so happy to have you. You are from the Seattle area. My sister-in-law is from the Seattle area, and she just had her baby yesterday.
I didn't realize that baby was all the way up there. That's far away.
Yeah. Oh, she's from there. She's not up there. She's here by me now.
Okay. So
hopefully I get to meet her tomorrow, if not Sunday. But she's so cute. I'm so excited. So welcome from Seattle. You should shoot Lynn a message and come join us. We would love to talk to you, Ramona. So come do that. Yes. And let's see, Karen. Did you read this one? Karen is from Clinton, Utah, and she did do the experiment in May too. We're happy to have you back also. Yes. You should also send Lynn a message and then come chat with us. We'd love to have you.
Yes.
What other messages did we have, Olivia? Did I miss any?
Just Patrice, and I think Michelle said something. They were all excited. I don't know. Okay, should we move on to our next?
You can't hear the TV that's going off next to me right now, but let's see. Theirs is all about the connection challenge that was today, which was going on to Relative Finder. And I think after we talk to Lisa, let's talk more about that challenge for today.
That's a great idea. Okay, that's perfect. All right.
Okay, let's have Lisa come on.
Lisa, welcome. I'm going to switch around a little bit and mix things up.
There we go.
Here, I'm trying to see where to put my camera. Oh, well.
I know.
If I go this way.
You gotta see
there. That's better. Okay.
Hi, Lisa. Welcome.
Hello, Lisa.
I'm so excited.
Me too.
Us too.
Me too. So I'm going to let you go, Camille, because I'm going to hurry and email someone really fast for the link for the next one. So you start with Lisa because you don't know her as well as I do.
Good. I'm going to start with bugging Lisa, huh? Lisa, what did you do at the last experiment? I want to hear. What did you do?
So for the last one, I did the build your own. And I did that. But really what I did with the build your own is I picked and chose from all the different plans. And so I was doing things from all of the plans and just building my own plan. Instead, does that make sense, right?
Yeah. And then, what was your favorite activity? Oh, you went on. Okay, keep going. No, you're good.
And then one of the things that I really, really loved about this experiment was the connection with everybody else that was doing it. And if you go on and you read what people are, the people who participate by going onto Facebook and Instagram and saying, this is, day 2, this is what I did. And, they put it in there. I mean, I got ideas from even other people and what they were doing. I'd read something and I'd go, that's such a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? And then I would put that in, I put that in too, or I would add that or something. And so, I love that part of it too, not just the ideas that were on the plans, but the ideas that we all shared with one another and how we were able to connect in that way. Anyway, so that's what I did.
That's awesome. I'm kicking Camille out for a second.
Okay. And then she asked me what was my, would she ask me my favorite?
What was your favorite plan? What was your favorite thing you did? The favorite plan idea?
Okay. Well, there were lots. It's hard to choose. Can I say more than one?
Yeah.
Yes, please do.
Yes. I would say one of my number ones was, so I have 6 children. Mm-hmm. They're all married. And they're all at this stage of life that I remember being, when you have young kids at home and, you just don't have a lot of time for a lot of extra stuff. You guys are there. And it's hard. And when I was trying to do family history, when I was in that stage, that was more about, the research and, all that kind of stuff. And not so much now where it's about stories and pictures and just like it's all encompassing now. But when I was doing, when I was that age, it wasn't. And it was kind of overwhelming. And I would do it in spurts. I'd do a little and then it might be 5 years. And then I'd, kind of, and I kept saying, you know what? To everything, there is a season. And right now I'm with my kids and I can't like really focus on all of this right now. And I just think it's so much better now than when I was having kids because there's so many amazing opportunities and technology and things to do different things and to connect with people like we have on this experiment. So anyway, one of my favorite things that I did is I started a WhatsApp group with all of my kids and I called it 21 Day Experiment. Yes. And so I knew they probably wouldn't participate, like I was, which is okay because I understand the season of life that they're in. But what I did is I would tell them every day what I did and I would like go into detail, but then that would bring on dialogue with my kids who would then get involved and then they would share a memory or a thought or say, oh, I didn't know that, right? So even though they didn't sign up for the experiment, that was my way of trying to get them involved. And so like I was really excited this week when I brought that WhatsApp chat back up and I said, okay, guys, we're in for like another round. So that's one thing that I did that I loved. Another thing
I love that you bring that up, Lisa, because tomorrow on the Family 2.0 plan, that is the activity. Is creating, it's family journaling. So you are awesome. I love that. Yeah, it's about family journaling. It's either doing the WhatsApp app, which my family also uses, or the Marco Polo app or GroupMe, and just even asking the 52 questions from Family Search and gathering those answers. So yeah, that's the activity for tomorrow. So good job. You got that done. You made a connection.
And so I'll just tell you, and this was one of the things I shared on the experiment last year too for one of the days, even before I did the 21 Day Experiment WhatsApp group for my kids, we had a different family WhatsApp group where we have a game called Pando that they were at Roots Tech last year, but I actually learned about it before Roots Tech. I learned it from a GoFundMe. It's actually evolved. I like their extra stuff better now than what I got, but that's okay. Anyway, so we've actually already been doing the Pando game with our kids.
I love that.
On a WhatsApp where we would ask a question and then they would have, they would answer. And, if it was about a grandparent and I didn't know, then I would do the research and try and find out. And it was a game and the kids liked it. Anyway, so we were doing that.
Cool. I'll look that up.
So that's kind of a fun thing is Pando. I like that. But some of the other things that I did is like Roxanne, it gave me the opportunity to talk to my parents, and I'm gonna get emotional. So my parents divorced when I was young, and anyway, basically I raised myself from the time I was 12, and I grew up feeling very alone. And I always looked at other people and wished I could have a family like theirs, And I just always wanted to feel like I belonged and I fit somewhere. Yeah. So I've just worked really hard, like with my family, to have what I didn't have and wanted when I was growing up. But I've always wanted to know, kind of like where I come from and just some history and just some things because I never really felt connected. And so some of that plays into research, but I love the emphasis on stories and pictures and, writing memories and journals and stuff. And I don't really have a lot of that in my family. But anyway, I've worked hard to try and build relationships with my parents. And then, I don't know, like 8 years ago or so, something happened with my dad, and it was very hurtful to me and very devastating. And it just brought back all this stuff from my childhood. And I just thought, I'm like, 49, 50 years old. I shouldn't have to be dealing with this kind of stuff at this point in my life. And it was really hard for me. And for me to be able to cope, I had to pull back. And anyway, long story short, I slowly, I knew that I had to be the one to kind of make that step again. And it wasn't easy. And so I just started with little things, like an email, here, I thought you might like this, or something like that. And then, of course, the obligatory phone calls on his birthday and Father's Day. Anyway, while I was doing the experiment in May, I have a daughter who has adopted 3 children, and 2 of them have they have disabilities. Her oldest son, when he was a year old, he started regressing. I mean, he was progressing totally fine up until a year old, and then he started regressing, and he has spinal muscular atrophy. He's been in a wheelchair since he was like 16, 17 months old. And they live up in Canada, and they have like a spinal muscular atrophy camp for these kids. Well, not just kids, even adults go to it every year. And so every summer they fly me out and I help her. It's a lot of work because she has her other kids and her husband has to work. And anyway, and he has a feeding tube. And anyway, I sleep with him because I have to get up during the night, and I let her have a break. And anyway, it's just a lot of work. Anyway, that summer, they were having their camp, and they were flying. Anyway, they were doing a reunion with her husband's family on Vancouver Island, and my dad lives there. And they said, we'll fly you out, and you can spend the last couple days with us there, and then you and Kira can drive over to the mainland to camp. Anyway, and I just felt, and I know it was because I'd been doing the experiment, that I needed to go a few days early and spend some time at my dad's place. And my husband was surprised and said, "Are you sure you really want to do that?" And I said, "I really feel like I need to." And he said, What are you going to do?" And I said, "Well, I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about family history and just family and stories, and have him talk about himself, because, most people like to, share things about themselves. And, and if it gets crazy, I'll just go for a walk, or I can go to my room and shut the door or whatever. But, I'm just going to do that. And so I did. And it was an amazing experience. And, are we super, super close? No, we're not. But from asking him questions, and I think I understand a little bit better kind of his background, where he's coming from, why he reacts the way he does. And that just makes it a lot easier for me to understand our relationship and why things happened, the way they did. And then the beautiful thing that came out of it is, so he's married, and I was able to, his wife got super excited. She starts pulling out all these records for her family, which I'm not related to, but, I got excited for her. I said, I could help her with stories and stuff. But the really neat thing is my dad pulled out some stuff from his mother, my granny, and, gave me a book that I just really treasure. And just some little things like that. And so that was another big thing for me. I think that it can be really healing. And who
Yeah.
doesn't want to talk about their family? Even though my dad had some really yucky stuff,
Mhm.
he's at a point in his life now where he's willing to talk about that stuff, and I think that helped him too. And I think that even when there are hard things,
Mhm.
we can't be the judge of when is the right time and when isn't the right time. And I think that it's okay to ask, and if they're not ready, they're not ready, and that's okay. And you just move on. And then but you might be surprised at what somebody might be willing to share, and and it could be healing, or it could help somebody else down the road. Anyway, sorry.
You're good. You're good. No, and that's really wise advice. I feel like just remembering how powerful just like telling the story can be. I just think like I've spoken with some other participants too who like talked about it. And it's interesting because so many people talked about at the end when we were just discussing what to do moving forward. A lot of people talked about, well, it's really hard. Family history is just hard. Like some people don't want to do it because it's too hard. There's too many dark stories or whatever. But the truth is, there's really power in it. And I love what you said. Sometimes people aren't ready and sometimes they are. And when they are, it can be really healing. But we have to give them room to figure out when it's right and when it's not to. So I love that. I love that.
And then I did some other cool stuff. I found this little tiny journal, kind of like Roxanne. Not anyone in my family. Like I said, I don't have that kind of stuff. But, although I am finding some things, so that's cool. But it was from my husband's grandmother.
Uh-huh.
And, and it might just be a line a day. And so I did get that all transposed and uploaded. And so that was kind of cool.
So cool.
Hers talked about, oh, the cow had a calf and I took this or this. I mean, it was just kind of neat. And there were a couple of other cool things that left us questioning, like, why didn't you say more? Can we find out more? And I actually tried to do some searches on like some newspaper articles and stuff to see if I could find more, but I couldn't. One more thing I want to share, which is, there's just so much I could share. But I have a granddaughter who I am so excited has developed my love for family history. And she is, say more, can we find out more? And I actually tried to do some, and she was asking me all these questions, and she started putting together a book. And when I went out and helped I babysat them this summer, she's still working on it. And now she'll send me little messages asking me, but she's drawn, she draws, and then she writes all this information of the different ancestors. And then I send her pictures and she asks me questions, and it's all hand done. And someday when she's finished, I'll scan it, but it's really sweet. And they're just fun little things.
So cool.
That I've been able to do with her. That's kind of fun. And, what else did I want to say? The one main thing, I already said it, but I just want to reiterate it again. The one thing I love about the 21-day experiment is that it doesn't have to take a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
You can mix and match like I did.
Mm-hmm.
You can grab ideas from other people like I did. And it really is what family history is about. Family history is not about spending hours researching and reading records and all of that. And that is what I love about this, because I think so many people think it has to be the other side of it.
Yeah.
And I think what we're doing with the 21-day experiment is what rounds all of that out and makes it become more real, and it touches us, like a record. This is what just makes everybody come alive. This is what touches us. And that's what I love about it. And I have to say, I did do today's challenge, and I am a 9th cousin to Olivia, and I am a 10th cousin 3 times removed to Camille.
Oh, yay! We're all related. Good idea to look that up.
Well, how cool is that?
I think that's super cool. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
9th cousins once removed. Did you look at our common ancestor?
I did, but I didn't write that down for this.
Oh, that's okay.
I'd have to go look at it. I have to go look at it some more. Oh, and I can't give details, but Olivia knows this. You just never know when you're doing the 21-day experiment who you may find out you're related to. Because I was doing one of my challenges. I went on to Family Search. And I don't even know how it happened. Like, it was just kind of this rabbit hole thing. It was so crazy. I had to send Olivia a message and then say, I have to call you. Give me your number. It was so insane. But somebody that my girls follow on Instagram and may watch a TV show. Okay. I found out we are related through what I was doing for my 21-day experiment, and I was on Family Search, and I saw it, and I thought, this cannot be true. I didn't believe it. And then I thought, so then I did a little research, and then I kind of went down her tree a bit, and I was like, oh my goodness, I think this really could be. So then I thought, I'm going to send this person a message. You know, you can email people. They don't always respond.
In Family Search.
In Family Search. I did not expect to get a response. And I know it sounded dumb, but I was like, are you really who I think you might be?
But she's not going to tell us who.
And I know, because I told her I would keep her privacy. And so she actually literally within minutes wrote me back and said, yes, it is really me. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so we had a conversation, and I actually told her that I had just finished doing, or that the 21-day experiment in May was just ending, and that I thought that it might be something that would be good for her and her family and her children. And that it would be happening, that there was talk that it would be happening again in October, and I would let her know. And so I actually did send her a message this past week on Family Search. I don't know how often she's on. I did try to send her a message through Instagram, but because of who she is, I guess they don't answer. How would I know? I don't do that sort of thing. Anyway, I got a message back saying, oh, no, they don't, whatever. But anyway, my girls were totally tripping out, like totally tripping out. I had to take a screenshot, a picture of my Family Search page with the 3 or 4 or 5 messages. And then I had to call Olivia and just say, oh my gosh, you will not believe this is so insane. This is so insane. So anyway, that was kind of a funny thing that happened to me.
And Lisa and I met through the experiment, so it's not like this was pretty awesome. So
we met through the experiment. So
yes.
Anyway.
Well, Lisa, we are so happy to have you. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your story with us. Where are you joining us from? Because we haven't asked you that.
I am joining from San Diego, California.
San Diego, woohoo! We all wish we were there.
Originally from Canada.
Yeah, we wish we were there.
This is lovely.
Yeah, no, that's true. This is lovely compared to where you are, especially because Canada's probably cold right now. Maybe. I don't know.
It's cold.
Well, wonderful. Thank you so much for
How
coming.
is the weather right now?
Here? Oh, it's too hot. It's too
Yeah,
we're having
too hot.
we're having a heat wave right now, and I don't like it too hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know why we're having a heat wave, but
Yeah,
we're having
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yes, it's 2020.
What was that, Camille?
Yes. Thanks, Lisa. Oh, I said it's because it's 2020. That's why you're having a heat wave.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, Lisa, thanks for joining us. We will hope you have an incredible time conducting this experiment. We're so super excited to get to know you. We hope more people will come in and join us. We've got one more person in the waiting room, but we're going to chat for a second. So I will, let's see. Okay. Bye, Lisa. Okay. Now, Camille, should we visit our comments again a little bit? We were going to talk about the challenge today, but you are a little bit delayed on my screen. I'm not sure why.
Uh-oh.
I know it's okay right now, but we'll see. You were
It's okay right now? Okay. I was just trying to find a quieter spot since my daughter was listening to stuff.
perfect.
It
Okay,
may not
so
be good lighting wise, but
one
Sure,
question I want to address is this one. So Christy Robinson, if she's still on, she said, I like Telegram. I actually don't know anything about Telegram. Do you, Camille?
I don't either. I was assuming it was an app.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
WhatsApp, because that's when we were talking about WhatsApp and stuff,
Yeah.
was when she brought that up.
So Christy, if you could tell us a little bit more about Telegram, we would love to hear it. Or
I would
hop
love to
in.
hear it.
Yes, we
Yeah,
act-
like is it a talking app? Is it a texting app? Or is it a video app?
yes, all of those things, because we would love to hear about it. And if you want to hop in and talk to us about it, we would love it. I've put the link in the comments, so you should be able to click on it. It kind of
Yeah.
works like Zoom. I did forget to say this before. If you join us live, we just ask that you remember to keep it all family friendly, because we didn't send any papers, and we're just doing this because we can. So, whatever, just remember that.
Yeah.
And then, okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Lisa brought up the game Pando. So I went and I found their website, and this is it. It looks so fun. I wanted to read this to you. It said, let me go find it. We snuck into your bedroom, stole your journal, and made a trivia game about your personal life. We still don't know whether we're criminals or game developers. So that's their tagline, apparently. So I'm going to have to go look up that game. I've never played it. Have you, Olivia?
No, I haven't. I saw it at Roots Tech last year, and I remember wanting to try it,
Yeah.
but I didn't ever make it over there.
But I never did.
So yeah.
Either. So
Anyway, but Pando, that actually leads me to a conversation about, so if you haven't checked out our Perks and Partners page yet, if you scroll to the bottom, you can see our partners. And when you check out that page, there's a whole bunch of giveaways and perks. And one of the companies that's giving away, I'm not going to lie, I haven't put it up yet. I just got the email back and I need to do that this weekend. But there is some family history games that they've donated and are going to give to us to give away in the final thing. So there's an opportunity to win.
Well, I was thinking we need to contact Pando and see if they'll donate one too.
Oh, Katie just said she got to be, did you see that? Katie's going to be this family. Katie, you need to reach out to them and see if they'll give our participants a giveaway. Wouldn't that be fantastic? I think
that would be so cool. Yeah, Katie, you'll have to tell us more about this game.
Yes.
That would be cool.
Sure.
So did we get all the comments?
Yeah, I'm pasting it again right here. Let's see if Ramona can get it. I posted to her the link one more time. So if she can get it, hopefully she'll be able to jump in and join us.
Hopefully.
We have one more participant that's in the hallway, but she's a little bit cheaty because she's on our team, but she was also a participant. So she's kind of fun, actually incredibly fun. So we could talk, should we talk to her for a minute and then see if, let's see, Ramona's able to make it in. Ramona, I did post that link in there again. And anyone else who wants to join us, jump in. We would love to chat with you. So we're going to do welcome.
Hello. Hang on, let me move my camera.
You guys are all going to really enjoy this. Because
It's so weird.
Where are you from, Lynn?
Australia.
Yay!
I'm from Brisbane, Australia. I'm supposed to be moderating, but I couldn't get in. So I thought I'd come this way.
It seems like it's a standard problem. A lot of people are having a hard time getting in, so hopefully some people can.
It's okay. Look, I did the experiment in May, loved it, absolutely loved it. And I just want to encourage people to get in and do it. It's just so much fun. 5 minutes a day. I went on to BYU Relative Finder today, and I'm not related to anybody.
Oh dear, that's too bad. Yes, well, we can work on your tree and find you some relatives. Dang it. Well, what we need to do is get more people in your area signed up, and then I bet you'll be ready.
Well, yeah, more people from Wales because I'm actually Welsh. So, but I did find one, not in the group, but somewhere else. So I'll have to contact them. So
yeah.
One cousin, 11th cousin, one time removed.
Oh my gosh, that's really far.
Yeah, it is. But that's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay. We'll work on it. Because the last time I looked on Relative Finder, I was related to Muhammad Ali.
Are you
And
serious?
I thought, really? Somebody's done something wrong somewhere. So I went back and had a look, and yes, somebody had made a mistake.
Oh, that's okay.
I thought, yeah. I don't think Muhammad Ali comes from a little village in Wales.
No, probably not. I love it. That's funny. Isn't
But,
it funny to find though?
Yeah, it is. It's interesting. And this time, because I did so much last time, because I'm building my own plan.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is really good because I kind of don't fit into the family plan because I don't have any young children around anymore. So I thought I'd build my own. And this time I'm going to actually
Come on, Lynn.
I could have done Gen Z. Yeah, it would be good actually if I should do some of Gen Z and encourage my seminary students to do it.
Yes.
You should. Yeah.
Yeah, I will do that because we start back on Tuesday to seminary. So.
Yes. So, Lynn, tell us what your favorite idea was from any of the plans. What was the favorite activity that you did last time?
Colorizing the photos.
Yes.
That was so much fun. And I was able to put it up on Facebook, and my brother was able to have a look at photos. Like I took our passport photo, just our little black and white passport photo that we had, and I was able to colorize it. And the colors are pretty close to what they were in real life. So that was really good. I colorized a couple of photos of my great grandparents, the few that I have. So that was really good as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. And I think that's what people need to realize, that family history is fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about the dates and the places and things like that. So, yeah, I'm just reading a message from Lisa that says you can do things in the family plan with my grandchildren. Unfortunately, the only grandchild that lives near me is an 8-month-old.
Oh.
So I can't really do a lot with her.
Did I do that? Sorry. I don't know if Camille
No,
did
that's cool.
That was perfect. It is cool. Huh? I like this.
Yeah. More people should do this connection. Definitely jump in and do it. And I've already got people lined up for if we do it in May next year.
Oh, perfect. Don't commit us to anything.
No, I'm not committing us to anything. I just said if it's happening in May next year, would you like to join us?
I love it. Fantastic. So, Lynn, tell us what made it so that you were willing to come to our meeting every Monday at 3 a.m. your time. What about it made you feel like that was worth it for you?
I wanted to I wanted to show other people that this can be done. And if I could join the team so that people over my side of the world would hear about it more. Because it's a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
Just doing 5 minutes of family history a day, or taking you down a path that you didn't realize you were going to go down.
Yeah.
Or in my case, making me get that DNA kit out of the cupboard and actually sending it off.
Yeah.
And I think that's what is important, is the time. Because you always say, I'm going to do it, and you never do it. So I wanted to jump on the team so that I could show people over this side of the world that family history is fun, and it only takes 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Or if you get down a rabbit hole, it will take a little bit longer. But just hearing from the other two ladies, just the things that they learned was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to read other people's journals. Unfortunately, my grandparents all passed away before I could get to know them really well. But I do have another set of grandparents, and that's what really got me interested in family history. I know it sounds terrible. I wanted to know why my grandparents were so old. Because I was 12 when I met them, and they just seemed old. And by doing family history, I found out that they actually got married and had children 14 years later. So they were an older couple.
Oh, interesting. So they really were really old.
Yeah, they were. They were an older couple.
Oh,
So by doing family history, I've been able to discover more about my stepdad's family.
Yeah.
And now through DNA, I'm learning more about my birth father's family.
Cool.
And the fact that they lived, the fact that they lived in the same village as my mother. And she informs me a couple of months ago that she's related to my birth father.
Oh, wow. Really?
I don't know where. We're still, so that's my project this time, is to find out where I'm related. So
That's fantastic.
Oh, cool. Good luck.
Oh, I love it. Well, thank you so much, Lynn, for letting everyone get to know you a little better. We could listen to your accent all day long because we're all jealous, but
this isn't a real Australian accent. This is Australian English accent. So,
is it?
yeah. If you were to meet my son-in-law, you'd hear a completely different accent.
Well, bring
He's a
him
real-
on time.
He's busy at the moment, but yeah, he's a real Aussie. So he's
Aussie.
interesting.
Well, that's so fantastic. We love Lynn. Like, I can't say enough about Lynn. I think she's just great, and she's such a great contributor to the team. So thank you for joining us, Lynn. We do have someone else in the waiting room.
Good.
So
Good.
we will let her jump in. But thank you, Lynn. We'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye. Okay, should we address a couple of them? I wanted to for sure do this one. Christy did answer us back.
Yes.
She said that Telegram is a texting app. It's a cloud-based instant messaging video telephony. I like that, with end-to-end encryption. It's private, no big brother spying possible. So that's cool. That's really awesome. Telegram is so it's a texting app. And oh, wait, video telephony. So you can do video messaging? Is that true? Is that what you would think, Camille, from that?
So that's what I think. Yeah. That's,
that's
cool. We're
We'll
going to check that one out.
So yes, I think that's awesome. And let's see. Lisa said she loved the colorizing one too, and I love that.
Yes. I think everyone loves that one.
Yeah, it was really fun. Thank you, My Heritage. That's your free shout out. Just kidding.
Yes, that's free for you.
Yeah, right. And then, all right, shall we invite Ramona? Are you ready, Ramona? Nod your head if you're ready. Here we go. We got her the link. Welcome, Ramona. Hello.
See, how do I get my head? There we go.
There
You know
you
what? It's weird. So it's opposite of what you think.
It's awkward, yes. You're always like, oh, my hair. Oh, it's that.
Yeah, what's like this? I know you see me like touch myself. I'm like, nope, it's this side.
It's
That's
true.
better.
So Ramona, where are you joining us from?
I
Oh.
live on Mercer Island.
That's right.
Washington. Yep.
That's right. You were the one that was from Washington. Awesome. So cool. So, and did you say, I can't remember. I thought you said you participated in May, but then I thought you said that you didn't.
I did.
Okay,
Yes.
you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what was your favorite? Like, how did you do it? What plan did you follow or not follow?
Build your own. I'm
Nice.
another, look around. Like somebody mentioned, it's so wonderful to get ideas from reading the threads. It's like, oh, there's something I want to try. And so that was a way.
Oh, that's
One thing, when I jumped in, I was doing 52 stories. I decided in January of last year that I would do a story a week. I'm behind 2 right now, but I'm really close to being caught
That's
up.
crazy impressive.
Wow.
I've never stuck with that ever.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
And what's really interesting is I challenged people to join me in our congregation. And one friend said, I will never do it unless I have accountability. And so she begged me to start a writing group. So I did. And we've been meeting once a month. And I told them, I said, even if you only write once a month, that's at the end of the year, you'll have 12 stories. So we've been getting together and writing once a month. And that's kind of when I saw this in May, I thought, oh, I need to do this. And I guess my favorite thing that I did was a Zoom call for Mother's Day.
Mhm.
And I had my siblings, I said, bring something that reminds you of mom, something that you have. And so we all shared these things. And then I took notes and I wrote a blog post about it and put pictures of all the things that people brought to our Zoom call. It was just really,
Oh,
Yes.
that is
No,
so
I
cool.
love that. Camille, hey, Ramona, will you let us steal that for our idea generator? Can we put that on there?
That sounds a lot like the show and tell activity that is on the family plan. So I think it's towards the end. We have a heirloom show and tell is what we called it, Ramona. So we totally were on the same page. And it was actually my mom, Lisa, that not Lisa Levitt, but Lisa Pappenfuss, who gave me that idea too. So you guys are just awesome keeping those ideas going.
Well, I have to tell you what I did today, because my big goal for this round is to post pictures on Family Search, because I haven't done very much of that. And I thought I need to start doing that. So today I posted a picture that always weirded me out in our family, because it's my dad's 12 brothers and sisters, but they cut in 2 sisters. So on one end of the picture is a sister who was deceased before this event happened. It was after my grandmother's funeral. I think they just wanted a picture of all the kids, you know.
Yes, I've seen those. Yeah. I have one of those of my own too. Okay. I know exactly.
They put my aunt, who was in the hospital at the time and wasn't at the funeral. So,
oh geez.
That's the one I did for today. And I'm still in the middle of trying to figure out how to tag everyone. I've done that and I figured out how to do the faces, but now it pops up with my dad's name and I don't know how to delete that because it'll be one of my uncles. So I'll probably send a shout out there for somebody to help me, because that's what happens. I figure I get stuck and then I say, I don't, and that's the nice thing about this is I just said, I'm done for today. I'll come back and work on it tomorrow some more. So.
Exactly. Good call. Yeah. And yes, use the web page or the Facebook page as help. Yeah,
absolutely. Yes, we have. Yes, no. I think. Well, okay. So sorry, this distracted me, but I love this. So one of the users said they were too scared to build their own, so they're really grateful there's pre-made plans. So what advice do you have for them, Ramona?
I think it's great to follow a pre-made. My daughter did the family plan last time, and she said it was just so nice because she just picked that off the refrigerator and did whatever was there. So I think it's great to have all the.
Our family plan is by far our most favorite popular plan. Like that's why we just did Family 2.0, because we were like, we just need to give these people. But so you can tell our biggest audience is probably moms. And what I love, because I am, I've got a 2-year-old up to a 12-year-old at my house. And for me, like if I can do something without having to actually think, like it pops up on my phone. Yes. So even though I help put plans together, like I can't think of it in the moment. So having that like pre-made plan is like it for me. But I love that everyone can build their own too. Like I just think it's perfect because there's so many ideas and things coming together.
Can I tell you one more fun thing I did?
Oh, please.
My dad was this incredible folksy sayings kind of person. And he died in 1980. So we've spent a lot of years without him. But a few years ago for his 100th birthday, which he wasn't alive for, we all contributed things. And so I went through that and pulled a bunch of the sayings out and I wrote them out on paper and put them, we did it for a nursery lesson with my grandkids. And so I put them in the Easter eggs and then, because it was right after Easter, it was May and we still had the eggs around. And then they opened them and then we'd talk about the saying and what it meant. And, it's just to share their.
I love it. There's so many good ideas out there and I love them so much. So it's just like, keep them coming because that just helps all of us think of more ideas. I feel like my dad said, and I did today, my dad is like super like not into family history. And I try and bless his heart. But anyway, so doing this experiment, last time he did nothing, like, nope, not interested. This time he calls me the day before and he's like, I connected today. And he's so excited. And he said, he sat down with my mom, he got on Family Search, and he was starting to look up, he's a Wynn, his last name's Wynn, and he was starting to look up those Wynn names, because that's all that mattered. For some reason, like, I feel like men more so than women are really stuck on that surname, like, that's all that matters. But he was like, he found this ancestor that wasn't a Wynn, and so he didn't want to read it at first, but something drew him to it. And my mom said it was just a really simple story, but something about reading that story drew him in. So he has just like, all of a sudden this week, he's like super interested in stories, he's super excited, whatever, right? Well, he called me today and he's like, I want to print these and I want to send them to Grandpa in the mail because his dad won't get on the computer. Like he's older, And he's like, I just want him to have the same experience. And I was like, yes. At his moment, and now he wants to spread. It's like an addiction, you guys. It's like I don't want to compare it to cocaine, but I do. It's like you start doing it and all you want to do is share it with other people and help them to have those same, opportunities and experience it. So I'm super excited. And thank you for sharing that story. I love that. Is there any other fun ones you want to share with before we
Let's see.
close out the hour?
I've had fun doing character sketches of people.
Cool.
Yeah, so I've done them I did one of my oldest sister recently, and she has Alzheimer's. So it was just really fun to do a sketch of her and think back of my memories. And I recently did a vacation that happened when I was 12 and my brother was 15. I found some old pictures, so I wrote a post about that. I mean, it never stops. You just keep thinking, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this.
Yeah, no, it's true.
It's fabulous.
Oh, I love it. And Lisa,
I love that.
I just love that. When she said that, I was like, we have to pop that one up. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much. And that is such a cool story. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Let's see. I wrote a couple of things down, and now I'm just kind of going, oh. One of the things I've done recently is and this was a year or so ago, working on transcribing my dad's letters from World War II. We have a lot of the letters that he wrote to my mom.
Okay.
And so I've transcribed them, but I need to put them into a document so I can share them. So that's another thing.
Okay. That's super cool. I love reading letters. I have some from my grandma that I just cherish.
Now, nobody in my family is a journal keeper, so I don't have
letters.
any, but letters.
Yeah.
Letters.
Well, you get to know them because, like, when my grandparents spoke to each other in their letters, it was like, wow, like, oh, that's so cool. You don't get to know that side of them, you know? So when you read them messaging and their siblings, I think those ones are powerful too. So I'm super grateful to have anything like that. So anyone who has letters laying around, don't let them get lost. Scan them, digitize them, save them because they're super powerful, right?
Yeah, I went to
So we found out.
I colorized a picture of my grandmother, and that just started me on a snowball. I never got to meet her. She died 10 years before I was born. But in doing some research and thinking about her life, I wrote her a letter, on my blog, and it was just all of a sudden it made her come more alive when you start looking at the dates that things happened. And just recently I got a timeline, how you'll go and look at those timelines.
Yeah.
And I saw that I can't remember if it was her mother or her father died when she was 38. And see, I lost my dad when I was 25 and my mother when I was 36.
Oh.
So I've lived, and I'm now Medicare age. So I've lived a lot of years without my parents. And there was a connection I felt to her because I thought, oh, she lost her mom when she was young too.
Yeah.
I never realized that before. So those timelines are neat to look at.
It's true. No, that's a really, really good point. There's so many great tools. It's like, as people are talking, Camille, you'll agree with me. I keep them like, oh, we should do a how-to for that and a how-to for that and a how-to for that. So everyone can know how to do that.
Snowball.
Yeah, because there's so many great ideas. I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This has been so much fun. I could literally go all night because I love getting to know people. But in the interest of everyone else's lives, we will sign off and end this. So
my husband just stuck his head in. It's time for movie night.
He's like, you promised. That's probably what my husband's thinking out there too, but he's actually used to it. I always say this time and I'm done 3 hours later, so whatever. Anyway, well, thank you for joining us, Ramona. We'll see you later. And I'm okay, there we go. All right. Do you want to close us off, Camille?
Sure, I can close us off. Thank you so much, everyone who joined us. I think it went great tonight. I had so much fun learning about what you guys did in the last experiment and what you're planning on doing this experiment. And I really hope that all those newbies who didn't join us in May have learned and have been inspired by our past participants. Are you going to tell everyone bye? Finley says it's time to go.
All right, bye. Let's make sure we don't have an outro for this one. So just join us next time. We'll do this again every Friday night at 7:00 is the plan. So come join us during the experiment Friday nights at 7, and we will meet more of you. We'd love to get to know more of you. Thank you for coming. Those of you who came, it was just a pleasure to get to know all of you, and some of you get to know better. It was great. So thank you.